Hi, good evening and hello from Perth. I am tuning in from the very beautiful Henry on 8th in Maylands, and I'm here visiting my family and having a really beautiful time with everyone. And it's really nice because I've been able to kind of, I don't know, just like step outside the norm of what my normal life is, and you get beautiful perspective when you do that. So it's been really wonderful, and I'm so grateful for that. And today I am sitting in a little actually art space, which is so nice. Show that little art up there. So very beautiful, inspiring space, and I'm here jamming with my sister who is downstairs having some coffee. And today I want to talk about the rat race. So this is, specifically want to dig into this because the blog that I posted last week, this is the topic that we got into, and this has been such a big thing for me, this concept of what the rat race is, and really kind of a desire to get out of it. And I have to really do a shout out to my beautiful friend Sian on this one, because we really got into this topic about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. We've had this ongoing joke about rats, and we wanted to make t-shirts that had like a sign with like no rats on it, like no rat race, but it would just have looked like rat extermination business. So we decided not to do that. So there's a little shout out there, and I really want to, get a bit clearer about what the rat race means as well. So for me, it means consciously repeating behaviours that don't fulfill you, and millions of people doing that. And I think there's so much pressure on us and so many expectations for us to do certain things and achieve certain things in our life that we get stuck in that wheel. And so what the first part of this is really to get conscious about where you are. How does this impact on your life? Is this something that you are dealing with and are maybe not aware of it, or maybe you are aware of it and you're ready to get out? So I've put some questions in the blog, and I'm going to read them out to you to help you challenge where you're at in this sense. And it's always amazing to be challenged on where you're at. I get challenged constantly, and I'm so grateful for that, because you want to be really conscious about what you're doing all the time. So a couple of ways to check in with, whether this is something that's happening for you. Are you caught in the rat race, in this, constant behavior that is not fulfilling you, and it's just, you keep repeating that sort of thing. So, and I don't just mean your job. A lot of this is about your job and your vocation and your career, but it's about how you're living your life as well. Like, are you conscious, or are you in a wheel that you can't get out of, and you don't even really know that you're in? Because that's where I was. So a couple of questions for you to check in with yourself on. And there's so many different ways you could ask these questions, but do you find yourself feeling yucky about the decisions you make, about the places that you go, the people that you hang out with? Like when you go and do something with your friends, or an activity or whatever, when you come home, how do you feel? Do you regularly engage in numbing behaviours? And there's a whole range of these things that kind of take the edge off. So it could be drinking, it could be overeating, it could be watching a lot of TV, like binge watching Netflix, which like everybody does, that's totally normal. But is it something that you go to all the time? Do you find yourself having more negative feelings than positive feelings? Somebody commented on the Instagram post for this blog from last week and said, I have a love-hate relationship. I don't know where to start. That's how I feel about my job. I have a love-hate relationship. So my question was, how much time do you spend in the love feelings, the positive feelings, versus how much time you spend in the negative feelings? And if you do spend more time in the negative feelings, what would you like to do about that? And how about your relationships with those closest to you? Do you find yourself experiencing positive feelings more often than negative feelings? Like you can apply this to every aspect of your life, and it's really, really big opportunity to be like, oh, actually, those friendships don't really serve me anymore. So it's self-questioning. That's always what this is about. So if you find yourself saying yes or like negative feelings a lot to those questions, then I really encourage you to take responsibility for that, because it's not on anybody else, it's on you. The way that you decide to navigate those things is your decision. So what we want to do is become really conscious about that. So it's not just oh, this is something that we always do, my friends always do that. You know, that's what my parents have done. That's kind of the pathway that I want to be going on. And I'm really excited about this topic because I was so in that wheel, really in that wheel. And because I was so in it, I really felt like I was ticking all of the boxes. And so I thought that I was really satisfied and fulfilled. And it turns out it was just such a surface layer of fulfillment. And it was through questioning and, you know, reflecting, and, you know, having some different experiences that allowed me to see outside of that. So the question at the end of all of your self-questioning is, do you want to wake up? Do you want to wake up? And I encourage you to check out the blog, as I've made this map, and I was going to do a whiteboard thing and show you how it works. But I asked you the question, like, do you love your job? Yes or no? Well, if it's a no, do you hate it or is it okay? And then, you know, it goes down further, and then you end up with a response that's like, well, either way, it's your choice. If you love your job, then be really grateful for that. Lean into that. You know, do more, express more, explore more. If your job or your lifestyle allows you to have a lot of joy, then be joyful. Do that. Like, you don't have to love every minute of something if it does allow you to have joy in other areas. Be really conscious about that. If it doesn't, what are you ready to do? All of this is about waking up. All of it. And oh my God, that's exciting. So exciting. The step for a lot of people is, yes, I want to wake up, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know where to start. So that's something I'm going to tackle in next week's blog, and something that I will be tackling in future events and programs, because it's massive. It's really massive, like, especially for people you know, that are getting a bit clearer about what they do want, but there's a fear and maybe a lack of belief that it's possible to go and get what you do want. And that's really, I'm so passionate about this, because being truthful about what you really want is the jam. That is the reason Nikita Co exists. And I'm so lit up and excited about doing this work with you in the future. So reflect on those questions. Ask yourself, do I want to wake up? And then stay tuned. Let's do this together. I'm super stoked. And I'm loving Perth. And if you're here and you want to connect, just reach out. That would be absolutely amazing. Okay, love you. Bye.